Journey. Life's a journey. Who here has summited the top of Pikes Peak?
On a train.
On a car.
Yeah, right? I haven't hiked it either. Wow. Seems like a long hike. So imagine yourself entering the welcome center of Pikes Peak. You're so depleted of oxygen, you order a half dozen of those donuts, you plop one in your mouth and you go, isn't that delicious? You walk out to the viewing area, right on the edge, and you look down in the valley and you see the blues and the greens, the majestic city of Colorado Springs. The clouds directly in your eye line as the wind wisps through your hair. Not this hair, your nice heads of hair. And then you tell yourself, isn't this amazing to be at this vantage point, this high up in the sky? Now close that thought and imagine yourself in the valley of Colorado Springs. You look up far in the distance and you see Pikes Peak. And you say to yourself, I wonder how long it would take to walk from here all the way to the summit. Life's a journey, isn't it? Life's a journey filled with valleys, little mini peaks, and hopefully us summiting the mountain of our dreams. Today I'll speak about my story. I have 3 points. Number 1, my identity, how it was shaped. Number 2, the reshaping of my identity. And number 3, how your identity can be your accelerator on your journey, or it can be your brake pedal. My identity was built around scarcity, money's bad, struggle, and survival. I took this identity all the way from my youth up to my early 20s, where it morphed into this victim's identity. Who here has had a victim's identity at some point in their life? It's defeating, it's limiting. I began to reshape this identity, so number 2, part 2 of this. When I entered a sales role, I rose within a couple of years to top producer. I became financially fit, and I always told myself that I was out and made it out of the hurricane and the storm of my life. But something was missing in this story for me. I left out something that was important, and that was service to the world. It wasn't fulfilling what I was doing because I was chasing financial gain exclusively. So I had an identity crisis, and I did something crazy. I left this role, and I gave away all the money that I had saved and built up over the past 7 years I was in this role. I formed a nonprofit, put all my savings into this nonprofit, and I took this glimpse into this world of altruism. I never had a moment of that my entire life up to the age 32 when I did this, because we were struggling as a family just to survive. This glimpse into altruism taught me this amazing and tremendous gift to be of service to the world. And in this reshaping of my identity, I left out something which was myself and my own financial favor. And so it was unsustainable, and I was only able to follow this path for a few years. What I've learned over the last 5 years of my life is to have something that's sustainable for your lifetime, that's going to inspire you and fulfill you. You have to have this service to the world, this amazing gift, paired with financial favor, so it's sustainable. And I've been working towards this goal for the past 3 years. One way that you can have the opportunity to accelerate your journey through your identity is living in the present moment, which I made a promise to do and have in my life this year. In fact, thank you Toastmasters, because I had a speech that I did. It was called Intuition. I said, 2019, I'm going to live in the present moment, the holy instant, every day this year. We're 234 days into this year, and every day I fall out of my bed onto my knees and I am grateful for everything in existence, for being alive, breath in my lungs, having an opportunity to interact and touch people and serve them in any way I can. I have a practice, so the next thing I do is I sit down in my home office, and I envision my future with crystal clear clarity for 17 minutes. And what I've realized through this journey is that you can live in the present moment, and it can be the future, and the future can be the present moment. And if you're able to accomplish this is your vision. You can magnify your life's journey towards that destination, that mountain peak that we want to reach. The next piece to that is I sit and write in a gratitude journal. My lucky number is 11. I write out 11 things that I'm grateful for in the future that I haven't accomplished, like their present reality. Next, I write out 11 things that I'm grateful for in the present moment. And the one piece, probably the most impactful piece for me this year, of this whole journey and this recipe, is I read 10 pages of a book on action. And I take this relentless, massive action towards my goal every single day. If you want a practical way to do this, there's something called the power list, where you can write out 5 things that will take you to your goal, your future, your dream, whatever it is. And it keeps you focused. So, to wrap this, the next time you're in the valley of your life and you're looking up at that mountain peak way off in the distance, and you say to yourself, looks like a pretty long journey, right? Your identity and your vision can be that magnifier to take you there in lightning speed. To give a little bit of truth to this, and not to brag too much, but this year I've had the opportunity to impact 4 times the amount of people I did in real estate last year, which in turn turns into financial favor, which helps my family to move forward and me to impact more people because the stress of finances is off of me. Lastly, I've envisioned this mountain property of my dreams with my wife this year, from the beginning of this year, with crystal clear clarity, every detail of it. And I had 0 resources to accomplish this massive goal. And guess what? I'm closing on that mountain property tomorrow.
All right.
So we've talked about vision many times in speeches and what it takes to get there. But when you're in that valley of your life and you look up, just know that you can be on that mountaintop, breathing in that rarefied air, and just know, to accomplish the impossible, you have to have the ability to see the invisible on your journey.